welcome back to another edition of The Morning View.
Listen, let me tell you one thing, yeah? I don't have a UEFA A. I don't have a UEFA B. Do you know what? I don't even have an FA level 1. I don't even think I have that. I might have it from back in the day at school. But I tell you one thing that Amorim must do against Liverpool if we want to have any chance of winning this game. He must start Ahmad at right wing back. He has to, along with Mbumo just ahead of that. He has to be brave. I don't want to see none of this trying to shut up shop because it's Liverpool away and this, that, and the third. No, we have to be brave if we want any chance of doing anything against Liverpool. A Liverpool team that, may I add, is fragile in this moment. Give us a chance, Ruben, all right? Don't just put Mazraoui at right wing back because it's safe or, you know, a little bit of know-how. Don't just put Dalot at right wing back again because it's safe. You don't want to go too attacking down that right-hand side, Liverpool's left. No. Ahmad right wing back and Mbumo right 10. That's what we have to have. On the left-hand side, in terms of wing back, all right, cool. You might put Dalot there for the experience. He hasn't really been playing great. Probably go with Dorgu, but it's much of a muchness. And the back three, I get it. You're probably still going to play Luke Shaw. I ain't 100% mad at that. If you really want to satisfy me, yeah, give me Yoro right wing back. Sorry, give me Yoro left centre back. Yeah, give me De Ligt and then put Mazraoui in at right centre back if you really want. But go with Ahmad and Mbumo. It must be done. Smash a like on the video, people. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. It is all about the secret plan. It's all about what Amorim must do against Liverpool. We've got to talk about Wayne Rooney as well. He's had some stuff to say on Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford has had some stuff to say on himself as well. But of course, like we know, Ruben Amorim will be speaking later on today. What do we think he's going to be talking about? And we've seen Leacher back, you know, just walking into the Carrington in nice clothes, all of that stuff. But is he going to be back in first team training? Yeah, so there's a lot to get into. A lot. Big up each and every single one of you.
There is a lot to get into. Good morning, folks. Welcome to the Morning View. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe. Flex is talking about plans, secret plans, if you will. Well, I'll tell you what plans we're talking about as well. We're talking about your health plans, yeah? And we're also talking about the best kept secret to your health plans, and that is getting optimized. Look at the guns. Look at the guns. Look at them. Look at the guns. Yes, we're all VT.
Today's video is sponsored by our friends at Oxford Natural and their all-new natural supplement, Optimum Day and Night. Thousands across the UK, USA, and beyond are smashing their health goals with Oxford Natural. Optimum Day gives you steady energy, curbs your cravings, and keeps your metabolism firing all day. Optimum Night helps you relax, get restorative sleep, recover, and keep burning fat while you rest. It's not a magic pill, but it will help you reach your health goals. Check out some of the incredible results. 2 of our own, OWEN, lost over 100 pounds in 10 months. And KG dropped 30 pounds in 4 months. In 8 months, football legend Michael Owen lost 35 pounds. And Robbie from AFTV, Don Robbie, lost over 80 pounds. And in 6 months, Anita, an award-winning immigration lawyer, lost 44 pounds. And Linda, a law firm executive, lost over 50 pounds. No gimmicks, no needles, just results. Oxford Natural, let's get to work.
Yes, let's get to work indeed. You can scan the QR code right there. You can subscribe. You can use the code UV. You can save up to 70% off. You can get your Optimum Day, which is good for your weight loss goals. Right there, it's the white bottle. You can get the Optimum Night, which is good for your restorative sleep. It's the green bottle / see-through on the green screen. But trust me, it is indeed green. You can get them individually, or you can stack them together as part of your supplement. It's a supplement, a healthy lifestyle. That's why it's called a supplement indeed. Yes. And you can also use it as maracas as well. At the same time, all the information, as always, is in the video description below. Flex, quite interesting, actually, from a Manchester United perspective, because we're obviously so used to our head coach / manager, whoever it is, having their press conference. They have it in the afternoon. It's always 1:30, 2 o'clock, something like that. For Liverpool, they always have theirs Friday, 9 a.m. 9 a.m. they have theirs. And interestingly, you spoke about in recent days the reverse judge. You've been talking about how
I've got to talk about that as well, by the way, during this show.
Oh, what have you done?
No, I haven't gone. No, I
What have
haven't
you
done
done?
anything.
So I haven't
done
spoken to
anything.
you since yesterday,
No,
so I don't know what
no,
you've done.
no.
Oh,
Guys.
wow.
Well, I'll do the Arne Slot stuff first, and I'll tell you
Okay,
after.
well,
Yeah.
yeah. So Arne Slot's just was talking to the media right now ahead of the game at Anfield at the weekend. And he said, interestingly, Manchester United, in my opinion, have had a better start to the season than the league table is showing. So it would appear that Arne Slot is in the camp of, actually, it's not been that bad. Man United, they've been XG, mate. Yeah. XG, the XG's there.
That's very kind of
know,
him. That's very kind of old Arnie. Thank you for the compliment, Arnie. Thank you.
Do you believe him?
No.
Or is it mind games?
Just a little bit of mind games, yes. And Pep used to do this kind of thing. They're a very good team, outstanding team. So many good players, top play. Whatever it may be, Klopp used to also do things. Sometimes Klopp would actually cuss us, actually, to be fair. But I take all of that is a pinch of salt. That's all a pinch of salt, mate. Like, it doesn't matter. The record is the record. We can look at some of the
big.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a massive.
more of a fistful of salt.
Yeah, just grab the whole thing and or like get a cupful or whatever. Or a little mini spade or whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, whatever.
Because we haven't, especially in the away games. The way we played against City, the way we played against bloody Fulham and Brentford, respectively, in the 3 away games we've had, have been absolutely horseshit. So let's not dress up that. And then the ones we've won at home, Burnley made hard work of it, should have been easier. Sunderland was really easy, to be fair. We did what we were supposed to do. Done okay. And Chelsea, we did make them go down to 10 men because of that instance because we started good. But that doesn't mean that, we would have kept that up if it was 11v11. It doesn't mean that.
I like when you're talking about this, you're doing your very best to stay as fair as possible. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You're trying really, really hard.
I am. Because
you're
you know why?
We sent them down to 10 men. So,
But it doesn't mean it. Because you know why? Because otherwise I will find myself just being too negative at all times. And that's not fun. It's not fun. Speaking of being negative, right?
Okay.
Guys, right? I'm telling you now, right? What I need, I need your help. Probably yours, Owen, but the community could probably help us and help us out where it probably won't have to be you. But I need your help, community. Okay. So we discussed this as a community about what tact to take, didn't we? Mm-hmm. Yes or no? We did do that, didn't we? About what to do when going on DR and previews surrounding this game. Yeah. Guys, mission accomplished. My skills were so strong, I was getting hate in the chat. Oh, DR, this guy Flex, not even a real United fan. He's just sits there, don't even have any chest, no positivity. What's wrong with this guy? Then, to push the reverse judge even more, I was responding to them comments, being like, I can't win. I tell you what, if I came on here and said we're going to win this game, these clowns in the chat would probably say this, that, and the third. Look at our away record. Look at us. How on earth would I expect us to win it? In fact, look at Man City, because Matisse it got so bad and the acting was so good. Matisse has gone, I actually believe him, but hold on. But wait there. Hold on. But Flex, we're not allowing you to be this negative. You got a whole new strike force. How much did you spend on your strike force? 200 million? You got to at least score a goal. We're not letting you go out like this. So he's bought in. So I'm like, I don't know what you want from me. Matisse, I just said in the international break, just gone. City, they've lost 2 on the bounce. Good time to play them. We even beat them last year. And you expect me to go there after I got banged 3-0, and have faith and chess for this game here? I'm not doing it. There's no way we can win this game. There's a clip on DR. The first line is, there's no way Man United could win this game. Then we've done it, just to also fill you in, AGT has come to UVHQ. That is going out tomorrow morning. Bit of a spoiler alert, because our preview on the COP TV is out already. He did sense a cut. He used words like booby trap. He did.
Right.
He sniffed. He smelt a little bit of funniness. He was like, I know. Wait, nah, yeah, this is a booby trap. I goes, mate, no booby trap, bro. I said, my away record, bro. I haven't seen my team win an away game, let alone, Liverpool. And cut a long story short, I've done it so strong. The second part of what I was going to say is I need your help, guys, because now we have to cover all bases. Now what we need to do is I need some of you to insert clips or send me clips of where we arrange the judge. Because what it's got so bad, I was so negative. People were going, if we even get a draw, or if we win, you can't celebrate. You've been a disgrace. But what I need is the evidence to, just in case we do get something positive, I do need that ready to go of like, here's the pre-arranged judge. Is, that's what's going out. Show says none of this matters, but that's fine. And then if we lose, I'll get to if we lose, I go in there and I'll say every single one of you apologize to me now. All you idiot Man United fans in the chat who thought we had a chance. So, it is a double bluff, but we did agree this. Because you know me, I'm easily capable of if we would have agreed it here, I would quite happily have gone into AGT and do everything. Who's first, all of this stuff. Ekatike, mate, not Ekatike, Isaki ain't done that. Where I would have said a lot, but we agreed on what to do. So I just need the proof.
Yeah, well, whilst you were doing that whole rationale and explanation, I went to the comments of DR just to double check, what you're referring to.
What's it say?
There are some very wound up Liverpool fans, to be fair. There's an account called Liverpool X20. Big Liverpool logo in their profile picture. It says, this is what Flex does every week. He sits there every week and downplays the match between Man United versus whoever, Liverpool this week. He tells us he doesn't expect a competitive match and Amorim won't do certain things. But if United win, he'll come in absolutely forgetting everything he said the week prior and act as if it's 2009, puffed out his chest and all. He does it every time they win. I take Flex with a pinch of salt. The man is a mental case.
See? And this is how irrational it is. So, Owen, let me break this down to you.
That sounds like whatever you've said's worked. Very, very much.
See what I'm saying? So I told you guys I've done a madness. But also the lies, yeah? So when we beat Sunderland, they got to me and they said, Flex, fight a win. So I went, yeah, routine. I didn't
expect?
Go, exactly.
It's mad. You beat Liverpool.
When we beat, but he's saying it but he's lying by saying anytime they win, he acts like this thing. So when we beat Burnley, I went, mate, I got accused of being a bit negative because we did win, but Chelsea, I was like, I wasn't even there. I wasn't even there after we beat Chelsea. So he's lied. He's lying. And this is what happens on there. Like V says, so aggressive. So like I said, guys, my thing worked. There's a guy, they were killing me in the live chat. They were like, replace him. We need a Man United fan who's actually going to believe in his team.
I saw. It's getting bad when they're going, look, get rid of Flex, put KG in. We need some rationality. But some people are saying also in these comments as well, saying that you're playing mind games, but they think it's working on AGT, and AGT's looking concerned, looking worried. So to be fair, for the Liverpool fan to basically go in there and put a paragraph about what you're doing and why you're doing it and this, that, and the other, that says to me that it is absolutely working. That is great stuff, to be fair. I think you played a blinder.
I told you, mission accomplished, peeps. And then the panel were going, they didn't know. They were like, I think he's actually being serious. Like, first they did the whole, no, you're trying to, and I went, I don't know what you want from me. I don't know what you want me to have. I haven't. There's a guy growing his hair who's waiting for us to win 5 games. We ain't even won 2. We already won.
Dyed it red and shaved his beard because he's got to come up with other stuff.
I'd done the proper stuff, bro. So it hurt because I was watching all them comments because deep down I'm like, we can have a go at these. Like, come on, but I had to stick to the script.
Yeah,
3 times over on United View, on Cop TV, and DR. So it was a hard day, and I took pelters. That's why I need you, the community. Just little clips. Find the clips of, I can't remember whether it was Flexing KG show. I definitely did one with you, Owen, a morning show where I asked the community, what should I do? And I said, right, I'm going to do the reverse. Please find that and send those little clips to me. At me on X or DMs on Insta, etc., please. Do you know what I mean?
I'm sensing a montage.
I need a montage of like, no, I'm going to do the judge, or no, reverse. We need that evidence there because they won't. Because if I say, I'd sucked you all into it, they won't believe me because it was so bad what I did. I said no, like no belief. And predictions 3-1 Liverpool as well, by the way.
I did see that in the comments as well. They were saying they were going a bit cheeky. Just Buck says in the comments on the other video saying, I won't lie, old man Flex. Old man Flex doesn't speak for United fans. Feels like he's just doing and saying things for clicks. Don't know why did he bring your age into it.
Exactly. But you know what's mad as well? If I, and this is where you can't wait, if I would have come with chest and said,
you're deluded.
We're going to break that 10-year thing. Now, this is the time. Deluded guy. Guy ain't won a back-to-back win.
I said to you, like a couple of weeks ago, I tell you what, it's not a bad time to play Liverpool. You went, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. It was like me training my puppy. You go, don't you dare. Drop it. Drop it. I was like, all right. Just say it. You know what I mean? Good time.
Exactly.
Good time. Why not?
Exactly.
Good time travel Anfield.
Yeah. Well, Konate and Gravenberch are fit as well. So it's only Alisson who's out. But yes, that was Arne Slot. We were actually the super chat here. Actually, let's get that read out. Big up to Sanji. He said last time we went to Anfield feeling confident, we got hit with 7. Before that game, we beat Barca, Newcastle in the cup final, West Ham at home. Yeah, exactly. That was the game where I said I smell blood. Darwin Núñez, who is he? Gakpo, glad we didn't sign him. Glad you got him. Can't wait for this game. He was in great form. Slap 7-0, mate. So, but I must have chest.
Can we also say as well, actually, what is ridiculous? Did you see that Michael Oliver's the referee for the 3rd year in a row for that game?
It's like they really trust him at the big moments.
How is that a thing? Like, how can a referee, ref any game 3 years in a row? Surely there has to be some kind of, rotation. I get, obviously, it's a big game, pressurized game, atmosphere, but any refereeing the same game 3 years in a row, it's rife for concern, isn't it? I mean, and bear in mind, he's made some absolutely horrific decisions. I mean, I go back to when Dalot got sent off at Anfield, was that a couple of years ago? That is still one of the most baffling decisions ever, whereby he got the decision wrong for the throw. It wasn't a Liverpool throw, so Dalot's like, oh, fuck you. And he gets a booking. All right, dissent. And then he books him again straight away and sends him off. And then he added like an extra amount of time on there. It was mad. This is also True Flex. T mentions it in the chat yesterday when you had to rush off as a bit of an ending to the stream. I had the pup try and do a prediction for Man United Liverpool. Yeah,
how did the pup walk? What did you do?
I had two treats. But I got kind of messed up because here, when I'm looking at this should be the home team, but on here it looks on the screen it looks like it's the away team. Yeah. So initially I thought that she had gone with Man United to win. She hadn't. She'd gone with Liverpool. She went with this hand.
Yeah, but you can swap it around and say that it is that way around.
Or do we just do a more definitive one this morning?
Yeah. I think it's closer to the time.
Yeah, I'll do it at the end of the stream. She's asleep.
Yeah. It might even still be asleep at the end of the stream.
Maybe.
Yeah. I did touch on it in the sort of social clip bit at the start of the show, but what Amorim must do, like he has to be brave in all seriousness. Like we've had a laugh and stuff. If if I'm being honest about this Liverpool game, it will be a big ask for us to win. I don't think we could win, but getting something out of the game, like we have in the last 2 times in terms of a draw, at least, especially last season where we played well. We actually played well. A lot of people have that down as our best performance under Amorim, right? Even though we didn't win. But I think we have to be brave. This Liverpool team can be got at. I don't think we should go too safe. I think, like I said, the Ahmad and Mbeumo situation down the right-hand side, Just have to go for it. It's not guaranteed that because they play, that means we'll 100% we're going to score, we're going to win. I just think it gives us a better chance to play the game in the right way. We've seen things this morning about Ugarte maybe starting. I saw that as a piece by someone.
From Samuel Lucas. It was Samuel Lucas from the. I mean, you're saying, to be fair, you're saying Ahmad starting at right wing back. He's not going to start at right wing back.
You don't think he's going to start at right wing back? You think he's going to go back to being like Dallo there or Mazraoui?
That back three and wing backs is going to be pretty flat back five, I think. So I think that means he plays 5 defenders. I think it means Dorgu on the left, probably Dallo on the right. Probably Dallo. I mean, I know there's a bit of confusion about Mazraoui, isn't there, about whether he's back, whether he's not back. So, all right, I think probably Dallo, and then your back three. Does he have to worry that much about set pieces and stuff like that?
Well,
like,
yeah,
I don't think he'll do.
Play Maguire though.
I don't think that. So I think then that'll be Shaw, Delict, Yoro. Midfield, Bruno, Cass. And then your 2-10s, I think probably you're looking at Mbumo, Mason Mount. I think Cunha's on the bench.
Definitely.
And then I think the worst summer signing, Benjamin Šeško, starts up front. I think probably like that. Bear in mind, he's going to be on the pitch at the same time with Florian Wirtz, who wasn't the worst signing of the summer, even though, over £100 or £1 million, not done anything. But you get plenty of articles, programs, podcasts, you name it, defending Florian Wirtz. It's like that thing from Little Britain back in the day, isn't it? Look in the eyes, not around the eyes, not around
the eyes. 3, 2, 1, you're under.
You're under. Florian Wirtz is not a flop. Florian Wirtz is not a failure. 3, 2, 1, you're back in the room, right? And he'd go, Benjamin Šeško is the worst, isn't it? Yeah. Come on, what are we doing? What are we talking about here? Ridiculous.
I'm just looking at what our team was last year, because Ahmed did start. So we played right 10. Yes, Ahmed played right 10 last year, and it was Mazraoui, right wing back with Delit, Maguire, Martinez, Dallo, Mainu, and Ugarte did start. Kobe did get opportunities last year, man, and that's what I'm saying. It's like he just decided that he won't be able to do it. Bruno and Ahmad in the 10s, Rasmus up front.
Mainu and Ugarte. If that was the midfield on Sunday, we would be shocked, wouldn't we? Imagine that team news comes out and you go
Mainu and Ugarte.
Yeah, you'd be like, what happened?
Yeah, not this season. It definitely
you'd be
won't
like,
be.
What happened?
Yeah.
Like, where's Casemiro? Where's Bruno?
Because you can hang your hat on. Because also you can hang your hat on Mason Mount starting surely. And Amorim does do some stuff where we think surely this, surely that. Sometimes Amorim does do some weird stuff. That I have noticed that where I'm like, well, 100%. 100% Fleck. This will happen or that will happen. I do feel like he does sort of throw out some surprising situations. You know what I mean? Where you're like, I didn't think Ahmad would start there today.
There's at least one. There's usually at least one.
Yeah. So it could be that Mason Mount doesn't start and Cunha does. Where we're like, that's a bit harsh. It was Mason Mount with respect to Cunha because he might want the Maverick to just show it now and feel go on. But I don't think he would do that. No. But you know what I mean? I have a weird feeling behind this starts. No,
he'll want pressing. I think he'll want sort of discipline. So
Mason Mount's got to start.
Mason Mount.
And Mbeumo starts every game in that right 10. So it's almost like Mbeumo's an automatic starter because of what he gives us. So I don't think you put Ahmad into right 10 and Mbeumo to the bench. That definitely won't happen. It's whether, like you said, this conservative thing of like, I'm not going to go too attacking with Ahmad at that work against Sunderland, but I'm not happy about that against Liverpool. And he goes to Mazraoui or Dallo. You know what I mean? I just think I've got a feeling he's going to go for it. I've got a feeling he's got to. He's got to. Surely.
There's a lot of times where we thought he's got to surely, and then he doesn't do that. So yeah, I'm not
going to get angry at it because last year Mazraoui started right wing back, and we had 1 10 and 1 right back essentially last year.
You mean you say you're not going to get angry at it, as we've all noticed, Flex. Yeah, once the day comes, and then the nerves are there. Once the team news comes out, that's when we go, oh my god, Ruben, you've signed your own death warrant. I can't believe you've done this to yourself.
I'm not going to get. I'll get angry. I'll get angry afterwards if it doesn't work. I won't. No, I won't get angry at the start. I won't get angry before we've kicked the ball. What I'm saying is, when I see the team news, if it isn't what I'm saying, I'm not going to get angry. I'm going to go, well, I said I don't think you should do that. Go out. Let's see if they go out there and prove us otherwise. I can't get angry when I haven't seen it not work. I have to wait for it to do what I think it's going to do before I can get mad. I do agree with that. I agree with that. You can't get too mad.
Obviously, we're just coming out of this international break. And I've heard you say this a few times, and you are right about this, that because we've been so bad for so long, we do this thing, don't we? Where we go from like international break to international break, don't we? That's like, so now, so how many games is there in this next batch? Is it like four games? Four games. Like we just now, like we already try and predict. Okay, but by the time the next international break comes around, how many wins? How many wins are we looking at? How many points are we looking at? Right, it's Liverpool. And bear in mind, is this our hardest run of the season, hardest block of games so far this season? Would you say?
So far this season, definitely so far, because there's no relegated, there's no newly promoted sides, there's no little get outs at home. Like you've got to go away to Forest, away to Spurs, away to Liverpool. That's hard.
Yeah,
and home to Brighton.
And Brighton at home, and our records. To be fair, our record in the next batch of 5 games, 4 games, is horrible against all of these teams.
All of the teams.
Our record's
so it's definitely
horrible. Yeah.
Won't beat Spurs in the last 4 times. Won't beat Liverpool in the league.
Anfield.
Well, in home or away in the league.
Last time we beat him at home in the league was Ten Hag's 3rd game, wasn't it?
There you go. Yeah.
Anfield has been a decade.
That's when Jadon Sancho sat down Van Dijk and Milner in it, that game.
2-1. Yeah.
There you go. So that's the last time we beat them. Brighton at home, they keep mashing us up. I think the last couple of seasons they beat us. Isn't it?
Our record against
maybe more.
Horrible.
Record against Brighton home or away, shit. I think we got 1 win against them at the end of the season of Rasmus's first season. When he came to bench
when it was De Zerbi's last game, he was out the door by that point, wasn't it? You know what I mean?
Cared. He was already shit. But we ain't beat Brighton like at home, I don't think, for the last 2 years at least. I remember getting
I'm just trying to have a look now.
I'm sure it's 2 losses.
Man, these pop-ups on these websites out of control.
You'll be back.
I will be back.
Yeah.
Just trying to go on. Do you know when you just want to find out a bit of information and you just get bombarded by pop-ups? It's ridiculous. Yeah, our last 1, 2, 3, 4. Last 5 games, we've only won once. That was that 2-0 away at the end of the season.
What, against Brighton?
Yeah.
See? Forest, like someone said, we lost the last 2 in a row at away. Last year was the 1-0 where Langer ran through everyone. The year before that was the one where when KG got angry because Eriksen's face looked like he didn't want to be there. And he got scared. Look at them.
In that green away kit that we never won in. So we just stopped wearing it after a while. It was
I don't think it was the green away kit. I don't
green and white stripe.
No, I don't think it was the Boykev kit.
No, because that was 3rd kit. We had an away kit that was dark green. Remember, it was dark green and white, and then the replica was.
Totally yeah.
We wore that
green
kit. We wore that kit, and basically we never won in that kit, so we just stopped wearing the fucking thing. We just went, we're not going to wear it anymore because we don't.
That kit, I never liked that kit as well.
We don't win.
Pinstripe almost.
Yeah. And like again, the difference, because it had this sort of green block where the sponsor goes, and the difference between the actual kit and the replica kit. So on the replica kit, they've just literally ironed on this thing, but in the actual proper kit, it looked a bit better. But
was that last year's one? Oh no, last year's one was the white and the red.
It was a couple of seasons ago. And it was just we just stopped because we just couldn't win.
It was 23, 24.
That season we just wore the 3rd kit quite a lot when we were away from home. The white kicks we did all right in that one.
The white with the blue. Sorry, the white with the red.
Yeah, white with the devil.
That was a nice. It's like a kind of like a little off-white kind of white.
Yeah, it was nice.
And then last year's white one was good as well with the red, white, black.
Yeah, 3rd kit's always good. We're wearing the purple.
We're wearing the purple one. Yeah,
the lavendery purple one.
I like that. I like that kit
at the weekend. Yeah. So whether or not that does well, If you believe in that kind of thing, I don't. Well, for what it's worth, let me just double check. Make sure I get my facts right.
Look at that.
Is that the purple one? That is the purple one.
Oh,
yeah,
it is the purple one.
Dad does have the purple one. That's it.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we're not going to win. Yeah, okay. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah. So to give a bit of luck on the stream, guys, should I wear the top as well, the purple one? Should I wear the one the players are wearing? Should I just wear that?
Be
part of
what
it.
he did to Mateus Cunha as well.
Yes, mad. 008.
No, I mean, now dropping out the team. But he did have Mason Mount that few years ago
on that same kit.
On that same kit. Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's not great, is it?
Where
season,
are those shirts now? Oh.
Manu Xerxes probably going to leave in Jan. Manu can't get. Well, that's the story. That's the story at the moment, isn't it? It's those two. They're looking to leave. Those two are looking to leave.
Nah, your dad's judge is like he's literally paired those two together.
Ten Hag's first season, Rashford gone. Martinez.
Well, Ten Hag's first season, Rashford got 30 goals.
That worked. So that technically did work. But then you want to.
And Martinez was good that season.
But then long-term judge, long-term judge has gone really, really badly, for both.
Where are them shirts now? Like at his house, just there, just chilling, just on the
Yeah.
So he gets two every year.
Yeah. And they need to be burned in. They need to be burned in a fire. Don't they?
Who did he get this year again? Oh yeah, Cunha and Ahmad. Was it? Yeah, Ahmad, Cunha and Ahmad. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, just.
So they're gone next year.
Yeah.
It's not great, is it?
Let's get the chats out. Aminor says, Flex, I hate Liverpool as a passion because I have Liverpool mates and family. Agreed. I'm right there with you. But to be honest, if we win, lose or draw, it does not change my view on Amorim. Sad times. I think if we won, I do hear it because look, if you're where we are, we're like, I don't think this is going to change our manager. If you just change it after one win and go, do you know what? I was wrong. We have to believe in this manager. We've beat No, I wouldn't do that. I do agree with you. It shouldn't change. To change back, it has to be a substantial amount of time. It has to be solid, a chunk of games, not just one game, regardless of the opposition. Even if we broke a record that was on our backs that we couldn't get off our backs. So I agree with that. But what we should be is positive and give them all the praise that they deserve if they beat Liverpool, including the manager if he gets it right, the substitutions, the individual. However that win looks, it should be celebrated in isolation because we haven't done it for so long. And we will be allowed to go over the top within reason. Because I will be. I will be coming for all them Liverpool.
Oh, God, how can you not? How can you not? First time we've been there in a decade.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Aminor Rashid, big up Aminor again. He's on form this morning. He says, Owen, can you get Marcel and DJ for match views? Well, Marcel is on the match view with myself for the Liverpool game. So he's locked in for that. And DJ, 100%, is more than welcome to join match views. So, I'll shout out DJ.
If you're watching DJ.
Yeah, exactly. Jason says that, Flex, I've just seen your top 10 Manchester United players of all time. Surely George Best has to be in the top 10. Well, he would have been, but he wasn't because the one I did with Rory was the condition was it had to be Premier League era. So I couldn't put, because I would have had like Charlton in there as well. He won the Ballon d'Or. Do you know what I mean? So obviously these aren't players I saw. Exactly. These aren't players I saw play with my own eyes. Brian Robson and stuff. I was a bit too young for that. But Rory made it clear that the rules were Premier League era. So So obviously Georgie Best would have been on there. Yes.
Speaking of all-time greats at Manchester United, Flex, first of all, speaking of great, but it's not great, actually, the likes. If you haven't already, click the like button. We're over at 200 likes yet. My goodness. So if you haven't already, disgraceful. Absolute disgrace.
Absolute disgrace.
So if you haven't already, click the like button. But speaking of all-time greats, Wayne Rooney, who, by the way, I'm glad that, it's a shame that obviously managerial career didn't work out for him. But what he is, he's a bloody good pundit, Wayne Rooney. I very much enjoy his analysis, his punditry. He's not scared at all of saying what he thinks. His podcast is very good. I would recommend listening to that because he's very honest. And in, I guess, his latest podcast, he was asked about Marcus Rashford's comments about the consistent environment And obviously there was a lot of chat about that. I know Roy Keane had his say on that. I did hear him actually say that on ITV, and he basically said the same thing as us, Roy Keane, of, all right, yeah, fair, but also you have a responsibility in yourself to kind of, Marcus Rashford's a senior player, basically.
Exactly.
So you're helping set the tone of the environment, right? But Wayne Rooney said about Marcus Rashford's comments, he said, quote, I think the environment hasn't been ideal, but that's also your responsibility. If you don't play well or you're put on the bench, it's easier to blame the environment, whether justified or not. It all depends on how you get involved. We know he can do more, that he can run more, and that has nothing to do with the environment. I might be wrong. I like Marcus a lot as a person, but I think it's too easy to hide behind that argument, which effectively was what Roy Keane was saying, going, all right, environment's not great, but environment doesn't stop you, running or jogging or your body language or this, that, and the other, right?
Doesn't stop your base level, does it? Or it shouldn't.
Exactly. And I think that's a very fair comment there from Wayne Rooney, going, absolutely, it's not to diminish, the environment's a problem at Manchester United, 1,000,000%, absolutely. But it's not a full explanation or rationale. You've got to have your favorite word, Flex, accountability, for your own actions,
like that word.
Your own performances. It can also be your fault as well, right? You hold a part to blame in this. I thought it was quite interesting for Rooney to say that.
Yeah, I agree, and it's fair. I think there's a lot said where, because Marcus is doing well now, and other players that leave, obviously it's all Man United's fault, and we have that honest conversation about that. It can't just be by chance that when you go into a more stable environment, better built squads, your confidence is up, you're playing with players who are all on the same wavelength, and the manager's a good manager and everything's working, you will play better. You will be more inclined to get better results out of yourself. But you still have to take care of your own situation, like your base level. Don't get me wrong, if the tactics aren't really working, which is limiting how much you score, how many shots you get per games, how many chances you get, how much times you get to run in behind because the ball doesn't come, that's fine. That's where you go, manager, you're not getting enough starts because the manager always plays this guy instead of, I get that. But your base level of application of your own consistency, that's turning up to training regularly, properly on time, training with intensity, playing with intensity, especially playing like it means more to you because you're an academy kid as well. Like, there's all these things that you are in control of that, which by his own admission, Marcus has said, I need to get more consistent. I haven't been consistent. So, I think he does say a bit of both, but it seems like he's petitioning a bit more percentage of blame towards it's been an unstable environment, really difficult there. Because someone like Bruno has managed to keep his levels high. Dalot, even though he plays, that's what I'm saying. We'll criticize ability and like your end product, but no one ever says Dalot doesn't try. Bad professional.
Well, I was thinking of the example, like obviously we played Liverpool at the weekend. I mean, I'm sure Steven Gerrard during his career will go like, I played in some really shitty Liverpool teams, and played for some not great coaches at some not great times. I don't think he could ever fault his, work rate or his output or anything like that, right? So, yeah, obviously it plays a part, and playing with, lesser players or maybe not so great players absolutely plays a part. But I think it's like with all of these things, and it doesn't really please a lot of people, but it's a combination of both, isn't it? We always say it. It's not a black and white thing. It's shades of grey. It always is. And I do feel for Rashford because he can't do an interview without someone asking him about Man United. Yeah. And then it turns into a thing that we're still talking about. So I do. And that's why he needed to go to Barca, because it's just too much. It's just too much.
Well, and looking at his own quotes of Rashford, I just had them. Oh, where are they gone now? Let me go back one. Look, when you see the quotes that he said of what Barca has done or him going there, I can see why. Like, I know that, listen, don't get me wrong. I know that, like, the accountability side of it, but it is the other side of it whereby you can see why he is playing the way he is. He says, I'm happy to be Barca's top scorer and assister right now. But I know I can still do better. I haven't reached my limit yet, though I'm getting close to it. He also says, He said, I believe England will see the best. That's more England, I suppose. He says, joining Barca has given me new energy, a new style, and a new country to explore. I feel the team fits me perfectly and I can help them a lot. It's a great step. And I'm optimistic about the future. Moving to Barcelona refreshed me. I'm in a good place, but I know I haven't reached my full potential. After a tough season, I needed that reset to find my best version again. I love football. In hard times, I remind myself of that little boy who first played football just because he wanted to. That's why we endure tough training, discipline, and pressure. It's the reason why. It's the reason we love the game. Now, I know, again, if you're on the other side where you're like, oh, whatever, spare me. Why didn't you think about little boy who once played football when you were walking around Old Trafford or walking around St. James's Park? Or that game, infamous game at Luton, where you let Ross Barkley just do 2 pirouettes around you, not even try. You know, these little things that everybody picked up on. But essentially, I do get what he's saying. I do get what he's saying. That's why we all said he had to leave. He got to leave to get out of this.
Yeah, to be fair, I watched the interview because it was on before the England game in the week, and I didn't think it was a bad interview at all. I thought he spoke pretty well.
He has got some bad ones.
Yeah, I spoke pretty honestly, and like he said, and he wasn't like either gloating about the top scorer thing. That was actually in a question that was brought up to him. Gabriel Clark went, "Who's Barcelona's top goal scorer this season?" And he was like, "I think it's me." But then he also did sort of go, "Yeah, but it's also a really long season. You know what I mean? We're in October. You know, okay, tops. What does that mean? Top. That means you've had a good start, right?" So, I think this part of the international break probably been quite a good case study, like I said, for why it was good for Rashford to move on, because if he was at United at the moment and he did an interview like that, it'd be such a thing. And even this was quite funny. I'm surprised this actually didn't get brought up more. In the same interview, he was asked, "Oh, if you were still at United, would you be playing for England?" And he went, "No, because I wouldn't be playing." He literally went, "No." He went, "No, I wouldn't be playing." And he laughed when he said it, but it's completely true.
It's true.
I mean,
can't get angry at him for that.
He couldn't even train at Man United.
Yeah.
so of course he wouldn't be playing for England at the moment, right? But when I saw that, I thought, oh, that's going to be a thing. And I was surprised it wasn't. But there's no line.
But it's because there isn't a thing. Even if you tried to spin that one, even the tabloids like, probably best not to run that one because
he wouldn't be playing for England because he wasn't playing for United. So of course he wouldn't be playing.
And as soon as he went to Villa, he got back in the team.
Yeah, So, but I'll be glad. When this, the international break's now over, focusing on club football, we won't have to, talk about that or anything like that moving forward. But you did mention yesterday we saw when Man United released some pictures, didn't they, of the players arriving back at Carrington. Leacher was there. He's not going to be involved at the weekend.
No, of course
he's not going to be involved. But maybe, maybe next week it could be possible. I mean, we'll find out what Ruben says today about it. And the interesting thing is, Flex, when Lisandro Martinez is fit, ready, available to return, how often will he play versus Luke Shaw? Because for all of the criticism of James, whatever, he said on our Trinity a couple months ago, he put his Kev coins on Luke Shaw getting, I think it was like 20, 25 starts this season. Yeah, and I laughed. I flew back in my chair and was like, no, I can't believe this.
Well, he's already got 7.
He's getting close. He's getting closer. So my point is, when Leacher and Shaw are both available, who does Amorim go for, do you think?
He'll want to go for Leacher. As soon as Leacher can manage it, he will want to put him in. He wants to put him in. I remember obviously we all remember, it's only last year, but how glowingly he spoke of him and what he brings to us. And listen, there's been times where people have come at me a little bit where I've questioned Leacher a little bit defensively. Remember those days when I was like, guys, amazing on the ball, I do get it, but there's sometimes he could be a little bit sus. Sometimes tries to be a bit over aggressive, a bit over butcher-like to prove a point, and we've seen him come off wrong on some duels. But other times, that aggression when he lives on the edge, he can nick in and he can get the ball, put people on their ass, and he can. It works. Other times it doesn't. In a back three though, with a bit of protection and Delict next to him, and you'd think it's a bit better. So that was just some of my observations of early Leacher. But what he does give us definitely is something that nobody else can give us in that back three. Not Luke Shaw, not Lenny Yoro, definitely not De Ligt or Mazraoui, not Maguire, is on that left side, he can progress the ball really, really well. And when he had that period just before he got injured, like I said, where I think he got the goal at, I can't remember what order it was, but I'm just remember the flashpoints. He won us the game at Fulham, deflected shot, but he won us it. He got the assist. He got the assist from deep against City. He scored against Liverpool last year. I think there was another assist. I can't remember who it was against, where he did well. Was it Fulham?
It was like he was just sort
of... He was on a good run. He was on a good run.
Starting to get the position, because it was weird, actually, because it looked like initially he really struggled in that left centre-back position, didn't he? Because for a while when he first came in, remember there was the chat about, well, maybe Leacher can play left back. You remember when obviously we didn't have the left back for ages. Leacher play left back, and he played there a couple of times. We were like, he cannot play left back.
Yeah, he can't play there.
He hasn't got that kind of agility, mobility to play a left back, let alone like a left wing back. But just towards the end, like you said, just before he got injured, he started to look much more comfortable at left centre back, like you said, progressing the ball forward more. And obviously, we know his technical ability on the ball, which is why he was really brought in from Ajax, wasn't it? So it'll be interesting. But then, Shaw, it's been the most consistent Luke Shaw's been for like 3 or 4 years, isn't it? Since the last World Cup, basically. Well,
but it's in terms of fitness. But then, listen, and I'm usually a fan of him when he's playing well, because I think he's a good footballer. But he has thrown in those Luke Shaw things where it's like we have to move on. Against City, atrocious. Against Brentford, atrocious. And then the other games he's been all right in. So, he's had 2 bad games out of 7, I'd say, Luke Shaw. Unless I'm forgetting something. I seem to remember him being fine against like the other teams. He was all right against Arsenal. He's been fine. But those 2 in particular, Brentford and especially City, he was terrible. But this is the most consistent he's been. But I think, as soon as Leacher can get back fit, he'll be in. Ray Carl says, for me, after 13 years, I now look at Man United because too many players play better once leaving United. Some ain't right here. So you're more blaming the club. You look at it as Man United problem. Eminem says, to be fair, there seems to be more pressure on Rashford. He has got both Spanish and English media watching him. I thought he'd escape the English media. Yeah, I mean, it won't be as bad as when he's here, because it isn't. But I think every time there's international break as well, when they got the chance to speak to him, they're going to. It's not like week in, week out like it was. Like exactly.
It's like the Bellingham, because like you notice now, obviously he plays for Real Madrid. He's one of their top players. Pressure's on him. But now, because he's not playing for England, he wasn't picked for England. There's a lot of English media pressure on him. My goodness me, with the Euros. That's where it Bellingham comes tournament, wasn't it? And everyone was like, actually shit, and then he scores a red kick. Maybe he's not shit, So
now they're saying he's not going to get on the World Cup team.
Exactly. So I think it just that comes with the territory. You know what I mean? If you play in another country, you get that pressure, but then when you play for your country in the other, you're going to get that media pressure. It's just inevitable, isn't it?
Jason says, I'm sick of Rashford, to be honest. All I hear from him is excuses, no accountability at all, says Jason. And Eminem says, no doubt on application with Marcus, but there is a larger conversation regarding environment with United in general. 1,000,000% agree. We're seeing it through form / platforming. I do agree. That's what I'm saying. We can't ignore that out of just tribalism of like, no, F off. He didn't run a couple of times, so and the Belfast thing, so it's all on it. There's too many other examples of players doing all right. Do you know what I mean? Away from this environment for us to not. I mean, Scott McTominay is probably the best example. Misprofiled, the environment wrong, and he's absolutely flying. And it isn't just always the defensive thing of but it's Italy. City there, so it's not Prem.
And he was, and again, he was really hounded out for doing all right. United,
especially in the last season, if you've got double figures
for coming on and saving us and scoring goals and winning games, he was vilified for it. You know what I mean?
That game when he came off the bench against Brentford, that was brilliant.
Yeah, or I remember Villa, he scored a goal against Villa. That was what McTominay did. And so I absolutely agree. There's environment, clear to see there's a massive problem there. But then I think also Roy Keane and Wayne really are right when they're saying, at that point, Marcus Rashford, and it's the same with whoever else is now senior players at Man United, right? If you're a senior player in that team and the environment's not great, it's upon you to do your best to try and counteract that. You might not be able to do it completely, but you can do your part, can't you? Right. And that's what a senior player, a senior pro, particularly someone that's come through the academy, should do. You're there to uphold the standards of Manchester United. You understand the club better than anyone. You're a fan. You know, you're an academy player. You should get it more than maybe those that don't. I think that's also sometimes where the disappointment comes, isn't it, as well? But, you know, it's just, we've lived it, haven't we, with Rashford?
Yeah.
We've lived it. You know,
exactly. A little bit of stupid news that isn't going to happen from caught offside is Man United are interested in signing Endrick on loan. The Brazilian is likely to leave Real Madrid after a total lack of playing time, with 8 clubs interested. So we're going to play him as one of our inside 10s.
And was it Joe Bellingham from Dortmund?
Joe Bellingham, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So watch out for those. In other football news, Enzo Maresca's confirmed that Palmer needs another 6 weeks.
Yeah,
needs another 6 weeks, mate. That's a long injury for him. Mad thing. And Sonny Lomans used to be a striker, but when he was 10, he told his he said he wanted to be a goalkeeper. He told his brother, mainly because he didn't want to be substituted. He didn't want to spend any time on the bench. He also didn't like the running as well. So that's why.
Hey, I get it, mate. You know, most goalkeepers
want to feel important. You lot, don't you?
Well, we don't start as goalkeepers. No one ever really sort of grows up and goes, "I want to be a goalkeeper." You end up getting put there, and then you go, "I'm not bad at this." So in my case, it was when I started playing football for my under 7s team or whatever. I was a midfielder flex, all action midfielder. The only issue is I was pretty shit. I was pretty rubbish at doing all the other stuff, required of being a midfielder. So I was going to persevere with it, and then my brother, who was also a footballer, used to in the back garden put me in goal and hit the ball at me as hard as he possibly could. So I had to basically become a goalkeeper because of that. One day I was like, wow, maybe I should just go in goal for the team, and then rest is history.
What's funny is how many out players just can't do it. When we go in goal as outfield players, it's you can't, the way you save it, the way you dive on it, you've got no idea of what you're doing.
Do you know what's funny? Yeah, it's with football, yeah. And I think this does work both ways, because goalkeepers, even though they know they're not very good outfield players, they'll always try and back themselves. They go, fuck. I could play up front. You know what I mean? I could. And then they try and do it. They're like, oh my God, I'm awful. And then it's the same. I think it's the same with outfield players, goalkeepers. Always in training, I'll go in goal. Use your hands. I just use my feet. I can go and go. And then shots fly and they dive. They're like, oh my God, my hips, my back, all that kind of stuff. It's not easy, mate. Not easy.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not. Right, press conference today. Interesting to see what Ruben Amorim has to say after a couple of weeks off, obviously ahead of the Liverpool game. Of course,
it's really important. It's a really big game. Really big.
There's some early quotes already that we definitely know he will say.
Really big. I'll leave.
And the Trinity,
of course. I'll leave.
Yeah.
That's what he'll say. I'll walk. I don't care.
If we lose, I'll leave. No severance. No. And of course the Trinity as well. At 4 p.m. as well. So yes, we will see you then. If anything else happens that's major before that, we'll bring it to you. But I don't envisage there will be. So smash the like, people, on the way out. Subscribe to the channel if you are new as well. We'll see you later on this afternoon with the press and comments as well with Mr. KG, Gary the comedian. Yes, take care. We're out of here. Peace.